It may sound like a fantasy, yet Jeanne Louise Calment defied all odds by living 122 years and 164 days, verified as the longest-lived person by Guinness World Records. Can you believe she reached extreme old age in good health, somehow dodging illness? How is this possible? Let's uncover the remarkable factors behind Jeanne Calment's record-breaking longevity and enduring health span over 100 years old. According to the data of the year 2020 of the World Bank, the average life expectancy of people worldwide is 72.27 years. Hitting the 70s is a nightmare for some people because of chronic diseases, weakness, and other ailments that are attached to the ripe ages. It is hard for people to imagine living their lives to the fullest, even in their 70s or 80s, and the idea of living beyond 100 years sounds alien and unthinkable to many. However, longevity research experts at the University of Washington have found that humans can live up to 125 or even 130 years. Sounds fascinating, doesn't it? In the year 2023, there are more than 100 people whose ages have been verified to be above 110, making them join the clan of the supercentenarian. The oldest living person in 2023 is Maria Breñas Morera, a 116-year-old Spanish-American supercentenarian. She is also known as one of the oldest people to survive the global pandemic coronavirus-19, which she contracted in April of 2020 when she was 113. But to date, no other person has been verified to cross the age of Calment, in other words, 122 years, making her the undisputed bearer of the title longest-lived person ever. Jeanne Louise Calment was born on February 21, 1875, in Arles-Boucher du Rhône province. At age 21, in 1896, Jeanne married her double cousin, Ferdinand Nicholas Calment, the heir to a well-to-do drapery business in the heart of Arles. The couple moved into the apartment above the drapery store and lived comfortably without any financial crisis. At the age of 23, in 1898, Calment gave birth to her only child, Yvonne Marie Nicole Calment. In 1926, at the age of 51, Calment became a grandmother to her only grandchild, Frederick. At the age of 67, Calment was widowed when her husband died of cherry poisoning. Calment had also eaten 1 or 2 cherries, but she survived the poisoning. She then lived with her son-in-law, Yvonne's widower. In 1962, she lost her brother. The following year, her son-in-law died, and in the same year, she also lost her grandson to an unfortunate automobile accident. With no heirs left to inherit her apartment, she made a smart deal on her apartment with civil law notary André-François Raffray in 1969. Calment sold the property to him in exchange for a right of occupancy and a monthly revenue of 380 euros. Raffray must have thought he bagged a profitable deal, as Calment was 94 years old and had a shorter future. However, in 1995, Raffray died, and he had paid Calment more than double the apartment's value. Even after Raffray's death, his family continued making payments to Calment. When asked about this situation, Calment replied, "In life, one sometimes makes bad deals." She lived independently until age 110 without help or a modern heating system. One day, during cold weather, she climbed up on a table to unfreeze the boiler with the flame of a candle. It resulted in a small fire, and she was advised to move to a local retirement home until the weather improved. She agreed and lived in the retirement home until the end of her life. So, during her long lifespan, she had never been seriously ill or taken medicines, except for her migraines. Another interesting fact is that the lifespan of women in France in the 1870s was 45 years old, yet Calment lived 2.7 times more than that. What were the reasons that helped her live longer? Buckle up as we unfold and analyze what Calment was doing differently to live longer and healthier. She showed immunity from stress. Stress is one of the major culprits to aging and deteriorating health. Exposure to chronic stress causes havoc on the body by straining the vital organs and triggering inflammation, the rival to stronger health and immunity. If we analyze Calment's life, we can understand that she lived a comfortable life filled with leisure. She never had to work a day and enjoyed her life to the fullest by socializing, going on vacations, etc. This lifestyle kept her miles away from the stress of everyday life. She used to say, "If you can't do anything about it, don't worry about it." This trait in her personality, plus distance from stressful situations, favored her health and contributed to her longevity. Had Calment been exposed to a stressful lifestyle, would she have reached this age? Stress can accelerate cellular aging and shorten telomeres, the protective caps of chromosomes linked with promoting longevity. She followed a healthy diet. Calment was a resident of South France, and the diet of that location was pretty much close to the Mediterranean diet, full of fruits, veggies, wine, and seafood. Longevity experts like David Sinclair recommend a Mediterranean diet for improved health, energy levels, and longer life. If you want to learn how to eat for longevity, check out our detailed video on it with expert insights from Dr. David Sinclair. The link is mentioned in the description box. After moving to the retirement home at 110, Calment was healthy and ate a proper breakfast, lunch, and dinner. She treated herself to fruit salads daily, including oranges and bananas. She also ate chocolates and drank port wine. Beside that, she also took braised beef and boiled fish. Calment's dietary choices are loaded with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. All these elements boost immunity, reduce inflammation, and help the cells repair themselves against the damage of aging. She kept an active lifestyle. Moving more to keep your body active is the simplest way to keep your body healthy. Consistent exercising has proven to be a game changer for people. It improves heart health, reduces inflammation, and helps the body shed excess fats and stay fit. Calment was fond of physical activities. From her 20s, she took up hobbies that required a lot of movement, such as fencing, playing tennis, swimming, roller skating, and cycling, which she continued doing up until her 100th birthday. It has also been recorded that Calment and her husband would stay at Uriage to mountaineer on the glacier in the summer. They also went hunting on the hills of Provence. At 88 years of age, Calment lived alone in her apartment till she reached almost 110 years. During this time, she was perfectly capable of doing her chores independently, which again highlights that she was engaged in physical activities and moving much more than people her age did. After shifting to the retirement home, Calment didn't spend all her day resting in bed. The nurses witnessed her doing gymnastics in the morning before breakfast. Calment would wear her stereo headset, and she flexed and extended her hands and legs. The nurses also shared that Calment moved much faster than the other residents, who were 30 years younger. Besides gymnastics, Calment would engage herself in small tasks that required her to move. She washed herself without help. She even washed her cutlery before lunch. And that's not all. She would go to Vespers on Friday and Mass on Sundays to step out of the retirement home and connect with her Creator. She had a routine and sleeping schedule. Adequate sleep, generally recommended to be 7 to 9 hours per night for adults, provides tremendous benefits for overall health and can aid the body's natural repair processes. During sleep, metabolic activity slows down, and the body can regenerate antioxidants, repair damaged cells, and clear waste products from the brain. Calment adhered to a highly ritualized routine. She retired to bed at 10 p.m. and woke up every morning at 6:45 a.m. After waking up, she started her day with prayers and gratitude at her window. She thanked the Lord for living another day. After her prayers, she exercised and proceeded to her breakfast and other activities for the day. Her nighttime routine was also disciplined, and she followed it religiously. After dinner, she would go to her room and play music as a relaxing activity to unwind her day. She would even smoke her last cigarette of the day and go to bed at 10 p.m. This sleeping schedule gave her body the time to relax, re-energize, and strengthen her immune system to live longer and better. She was a smoker. Calment started excessive smoking at the age of 112 when she was in the nursing home. However, she quit after reaching 117 years of age. According to her doctors, Calment gave up smoking because of her poor eyesight. She could not light the cigarette herself, and her pride prevented her from asking for anyone's help. Calment's husband had introduced her to smoking in her youth, and she enjoyed having occasional cigarettes after meals. However, she did not smoke at any other time. Could she have lived longer had she not smoked at all? Maybe. Cigarettes are detrimental to the human heart and lungs. Plenty of research has proven that smoking cigarettes weakens hearts and deteriorates arteries in the circulatory system. Moreover, the nicotine in cigarettes is linked with various diseases, including emphysema, cancer, and heart attacks. But for most of her life, Calment didn't smoke much, and that might have protected her organs from the damage caused by smoking. Calment's lifestyle, on the whole, was a very healthy one. Calment's long life proves that it is possible for humans to live more than 120 years. How long do you want to live?